Hello, hello. Is it day 14? It might be. I don't know. Uh, in any case, I am, as you can tell, in a darkened car tonight because that's where we're gonna be working. Um, I had a long day that was complicated. I was doing a lot of work on other projects, good work that went well, but it just meant that I didn't have time until now, in between kind of, like running around to sit down and actually do this. But let's sit down to actually do this. I want to do a little picking up where we left off yesterday. What is our word count right now? We are at 3641. Our goal should be, I don't know, like 4150. You know, throw in the extra 9 words for whatever. Um, no, we can talk maybe at some point about like I want to finish out this letter that we were writing. We can finish that out as planned. And the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do this bridging here. Um, in kind of this reason. So he's trying to like get signal on his phone. He's trying to like solve the problem. So I'm just rolling right now. Just comment because it's distracting me. What's a good name for a coffee shop? Seat near the window. At a window seat. Because a window seat is like in a plane. How do I describe the window here earlier? It was when he was doing the coffee, right? Shuffling things around to make like later lingual stuff work, right? No, 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 no. Where was it? How do I want to do this? Like in the sky, like the blue morning sky. Oh, that's weird. I might, this is the sort of thing I might at some point like cut back on, like the cussing. Just like I don't dislike it. I always like using it, but I know some people find it less charming than I do. I guess they'd be like safety lights. Right, so he's like put this together, right? Like, fuck me. Like I like that. Which is like a pinball. Like, do I want pinball there? Like, I like I think crashes through like a pinball. I kind of like that, you know? A little more fun imagery. Okay, so that's all of this. That's kind of this transition to him like racing outside. Now we can come back to like this. I want to do this, right? Like, give me a moment. Like, I want to think about how to describe this kind of very specific thing. Like he's trying to crush like a leaf. Yeah, it's like when you take like a bit of leaf, you like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like you take a leaf and it has got to be a green one. You kind of like take it between your fingers, and just do this, right? Like, cut that there so I can pick it up tomorrow. You remember I like to cut my sentences halfway. I'm thinking something along the lines of like promised myself I'd never be as sappy as you, but here we are. And I want to also remember the whole thing about like taking a certain amount of time. Also remember something about taking certain amount of time, specifically reference drive home. I think like drive home is going to be key to establishing nickname and circularity. Circularity probably belongs on page, which is like my way of saying that like in much the same way that this letter is taking form within the actual like, story. I think I may need to like do some work where I write out some of the dialogue, like situation whatever, of this kind of like rescue that his dad made of him, right? Like, and it kind of, I wanted to keep coming back into the story over and over, like keep reemerging, right? That's going to be kind of the through line is this car ride. Um, and we're going to have to a little bit figure out how to do that, right? Like, we will have to like go through this, right? Like go through it. But like, I think that's going to be the key to establishing the circularity, making this feel like that independent short story that I've been talking about. And it also will probably help me finish this letter, you know. I think all these things where he like every other reference to his father like can probably be transmuted into references to this car ride. Like you know, oh, and I know exactly what to do. Like, where is this? He dreams of himself driving across the country to LA the whole way. Strange and surreal, tender, obviously impossible. Somehow he makes it in time. And yet still too late. Like this weird, like twisty business. Like that's the key. That's going to be the kind of the inroad to this. Um, I will say before I sign off on this, just to kind of like prep us for next time, that the tricks that I'm gonna have to do are like a higher order. And I say this without like ego, but just like in the sense of like getting myself ready for it. It's a higher order of writing than the connective tissues and little things I'm doing now. That level of writing that's going to be required of me is more difficult and it's slower. That kind of writing is a little harder to do on camera. I'm not sure I've ever like attempted it directly. That might be like an hour stream. I don't know what hour recording. We'll see, but I'll make an attempt at it and I will, or I might also have to pre-plan it off camera. That's the other thing. If I plan it off camera, it's much more doable. Not in the sense that I'll crib it and write it out, but I'll kind of solve in my notes, and I'll show you guys the notes if I do this, a lot of the problems that need to be solved in order to allow this to be written. But I will have that for you next time, and I look forward to seeing you all again.